So you are 41 weeks pregnant and 1 week overdue, and probably not the happiest pregnant lady in the world. So let's see if we can cheer you up and take a look at how your baby is doing this week. So according to textbooks, your baby is likely well over 7.5 pounds now and still around 51 centimeters in length. And size comparisons are pretty pointless now, because to be honest with you, they are just the size of a baby. Your baby is probably very comfy tucked up in that womb of yours right now, and they probably just aren't ready to say hello yet, and maybe it's stage fright, but maybe it's because your baby might not actually be overdue after all. As we mentioned last week, only 5% of babies are actually born on their due date, and it may be that dates are slightly off, or it can be that just some women take longer to cook babies than others. It's normal but unfair, and I know exactly how you feel. My first was 13 days late and my second was only 2 days late, so maybe it gets better the more you have. Who knows, I might actually be on my due date next time. But either way, once they get here, it won't matter, I promise. So we've talked about baby, but what about you? How are you feeling, and what is being 41 weeks pregnant really like? Well, here at Channel Mum, we're comparing the textbook versus the truth with a little help from some expectant mums just like you. So aside from feeling huge and very impatient, you are probably wondering what is going to happen next. Well, we talked about sweeps last week, and it might be that you're booked in for another sweep this week, so fingers crossed that works for you. But the next option, if you don't go into labour naturally, is an induction, and an induction is where labour is started artificially. Labour is induced if you are overdue, or if you or baby are at risk for any reason. So the induction will be planned in advance, and you will most likely find out your induction date at your 41-week midwife appointment, or maybe earlier, but it is up to you whether or not you are induced. So if you do decide to go beyond 42 weeks without an induction, then you will be offered increased monitoring from your midwife to check on the health and well-being of your baby. How is induction started? Well, it usually begins with something known as a pessary, which is a tablet or a gel inserted into your vagina, and it's a relatively pain-free process, but once it's been in there for a few minutes or so, it may start to get a little bit crampy down there, which is usually a good sign that it's working. If that doesn't work, then the next step is usually a hormone drip to kick things off even more, and some women also have their waters broken. As someone who was induced the first time around, it can be really scary going into hospital and knowing what is to come, but I actually had a really lovely experience in the end, so try not to worry too much. And if this is looking like a likely option for you, then why not check out all the other induced birth stories over on Channel Mum to see how it went for some other mums.
Anyone who's overdue out there, or if you've been overdue yourself, you'll know that it's just like, even though a due date is only a date and it's a rough guide and only like 4% of people actually go into labour on that day, you kind of have this date in your mind, and when it goes, you just feel a bit, oh, okay, the date's gone and I still have no baby.
I'm so ready to have this baby. I thought I wasn't, but I really, really am now.
I have never made it to 41 weeks before in my 2 other pregnancies. This boy is being a little bit lazy.
Every day you wake up thinking, is today the day? Is it going to happen? Is she going to come? And you're sort of having to repack your hospital bag with your dressing gown and slippers and things.
This morning I had a show, so I'm really hoping that maybe in a few hours, or tonight, or even tomorrow, that something starts.
This week I have hopefully completely lost my mucus plug. Turn away now if it's too much information. I was so worried. I didn't know what it was at first because it didn't look anything like it did in my last pregnancy. It was kind of bloody, so I was really, really worried that something was wrong with the baby. So I rang the midwife and they said it's totally fine, totally normal, and I'll probably have a load more anyway.
I have had days where actually I felt really, really down as well, because of just, I don't know, I kind of feel a little bit like, why is my body not doing what it's meant to do?
I've noticed a lot more stretch marks this week. They're not purple ones. They're little shiny ones that I keep getting all over the place.
The last week I have been experiencing some Braxton Hicks, so some tightenings and things like that, but there's absolutely no pattern and they don't really hurt enough.
Had now 5 sweeps. Yes, 5.
If you are also watching this because you are overdue and you're 41 weeks pregnant, I know it's so disheartening and you're trying everything and there's no movement and there's no pain and you're like, come on, like we're all ready for you. Whether he comes naturally or you have to be induced, the main thing is that they just get here and they're safe.
But now it's time to check out those gorgeous big 41 week baby bumps.
This is my 41 week bump. You will notice that I've got some stretch marks just in this final week, so that was really nice. Really big now and also really very low.
As you can see, it's dropped. She's apparently very low, but yeah, it's big.
And finally, it's time to get honest with the channel mum, the good, the bad and the ugly of being 41 weeks pregnant. The good. It really can't be that much longer, can it? Ah well, I'll just unpack and repack my hospital bag. Again, the bad. You are overdue. Enough said. And the ugly. A pregnant lady's reaction to going overdue is probably not the prettiest thing you've ever seen. You're grumpy, you're tired, you're big and you can't stop weeing, but the end is in sight, so stay strong mamas. So as always, we hope you've enjoyed watching our textbook versus the truth about being 41 weeks pregnant. How are you all doing out there? Are you hanging on in there? Are you feeling okay? Let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear from you and we're wishing you so much luck for the next week. Fingers crossed baby comes soon. And if you'd like something to watch after this, then why not check out all the other vlogs from other mums who are 41 weeks pregnant right now over on Channel Mum. We will leave the link down below for you, as well as a link to all of the real life birth stories that you can watch, which should hopefully pass the time. And before I go, I just want to say that Channel Mum is here to help you with every step of your journey with a newborn, and you can just think of us as your little mum village. So whatever help or support you need, it's very likely that we've got a video on the exact thing that you were wondering about. Whether that's help with baby sleep or your breast or bottle feeding journey, or helpful videos from other mums with newborns, or even monthly baby updates. Hopefully we've got it all covered for you, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing. So that's all from us here at Channel Mum, so we will wish you and that gorgeous baby of yours so much luck, and hopefully we won't see you next week for week 42, but if you're still around, we'll be there to keep you company. Good luck!